Forgiveness is the key to the gospel. It opens up the door to everything else. And yet there's sometimes that we find this whole notion of forgiveness a difficult thing. People can hurt us and harm us, and we'll forgive them, we say, and it maybe opens us up to feeling as if we're a bit of a soft touch. Or when we look at our own faults and failings, we maybe think these are too difficult for anybody to forgive. And we might not put it this way, but sometimes we think we're almost unforgivable. I believe in the forgiveness of sins is what the Creed asks us to say. And we sign up to that ideal because we understand that it's a good thing. The world is a better place when people learn to forgive one another. Forgiveness is generally a good thing to have, a quality. But when we move from that theoretical and ideal to the personal, I believe that my sins are forgiven, then that becomes a rather different ideal for us. God forgives. It's the kind of God he is. We see that all the way through the Bible story. God calls us to faith, calls us to follow Jesus, promises to bless us with all kinds of good gifts and good things. And we do that for a time, and we get it right. But then we begin to make mistakes. We forget. We fall short. We become wayward and rebellious. What then does God do? Well, he continues to love and care for us. He forgives us. He treats us as if we have done nothing wrong. And that's what forgiveness is, really. The old Good Friday hymn says of Jesus, he died that we might be forgiven. And that simple sentence tells us a lot about what happened on the cross for us. Jesus took on himself, on his shoulders, all the faults and failings, all the shortcomings, all the waywardness and rebellion of us. And God looks at Jesus as if he were us. And Jesus died to take all of that on himself, on his shoulders, so that we might be forgiven. And the other side of that coin is that now God looks on us as if we were Jesus, and looks on us as pure and blameless and perfect. He treats us as if we have done nothing wrong. But to say, I believe that my sins are forgiven, is quite a hard thing to assert for us at times. We do see our faults and mistakes. We do understand that we are sinners. And so it's hard to understand that God forgives us and treats us like this. But that's the point. We call it grace. Grace means that God treats us in ways that we don't deserve, that he loves us when we don't deserve to be loved, that he forgives us our faults and failings, and treats us as if we have done nothing wrong. That's the essence of forgiveness. And that's the good things of the gospel that God gives to us, that he treats us in this way. So what are we to do? Well, we are to try to open our hearts and learn to be forgiven, and understand the joy and the freedom that that brings to us. And learn then the challenge that comes with that, to be forgiving towards other people.